It's the best thing to happen to me.
Right, hello guys, you're watching Geeks Assemble, and today we're going to be doing episode 9 and 10. We're at the finale of Daybreak now. So yeah, we're at the finale stage, so we might as well get onto it and review episode 9. So, episode 9 was very much orientated around Eli and Josh, but we also had the little girl and the zombie teacher helping out Ninja, and Ninja is basically sworn to protect his boyfriend, you could say. I have forgotten his name. The warrior, the guy, Turbo, that's it. So the Ninja's sworn to protect Turbo, and Turbo's been outcast and injured and thrown out by his gang, by the head teacher. The head teacher has took control, and he's took control and used Sam to help him do that. And then he manipulated Sam and then locked her up, and he's about to blow up the whole city that they're in, so he can start again, create it in his own image, like a godly figure. And we also learn how the kids survived the apocalypse. Basically, all the adults died because they didn't have a vaccine, but all these kids got a vaccine just before it all happened, and the kids that didn't take the vaccine died, and the kids that had the vaccine survived. So that was very interesting, and it was all down to the head actually getting the vaccine. So he was starting to think like he was a god. So we're going to see that probably towards the end of the episode, which is interesting to see. Yes, we also get Eli and him working together with Josh, and these flashback scenes, and we get an Eli backstory, which was quite nice to see as well. And you start to love this character, and you see Josh and him connecting, and these weird imageries of them as a kid, which obviously they weren't kids, but it kind of simultaneously shows that they are still kids in this story. And then we see Eli get killed. He dies, and the other guy that kills him gets attacked by a weird pit bull. I don't know, some dog. I'm not good with dog names, but they also see this other earlier in a couple of episodes. We saw these birds that are evolved as well. So all these animals are changed form and all sorts like that. So that's interesting. But yeah, Eli gets killed, and we have that sad moment, and it's quite an upsetting thing. You learn to love this character, especially in this episode, and then bam, that hits you, and you don't expect it as well. It's so sudden and random. And yeah, it's such a sad way to end off a character, but it's such a good way. It shows that there's death in this show. Yeah, so Josh is on the hunt for Sam now. He's full rampage. He's at the school. He finally meets Sam, and then boom, the school is blown. What are we going to do? Episode 10. We'll have to review that now. But yeah, I just really found this interesting because Josh also has flashbacks with his dad and shows that aspect, especially after he's lost his dad just before the apocalypse. And yeah, and has the flashback, and he regrets certain things that a family tradition he's meant to be doing, and he regrets not going, and he regrets missing his dad and stuff like that. It's quite nice, and it's quite relatable, I guess you could say, to some people. But yeah, let's get on to episode 10 now, the finale. This is the last story reviewing. There we go. It'll be the last story we're reviewing in the show. So let's get on to it.
Follow me.
Right, so episode 10, let's get on to it. Basically, there's a lot happening. We've got Turbo and Ninja facing off with graffiti guns? Okay, I guess it's their series arc and them coming together. Okay. Then we've got Miss Crumble, the Goonie zombie teacher as I call her. Yes, so she's basically willing to sacrifice herself at the end of the film, and she's proven very much so that she's changed for the good, and she's not willing to eat anyone no more. She's willing to just be a teacher and help kids and eat them. And I think that's a brilliant thing that we've her arc throughout the series has done quite well. We've also got Mr. whatever his name is, head teacher, who's a bad guy. He wants to rule. He wants to make the new society in his image. And doing that, he's going to nuke everything. And we start off with the big nuke at the end, at the beginning of the episode, making all the characters not be able to hear, which is a very brave move for a finale. It reminds me a bit like Gotham. Spoilers on Gotham, skip about 10 seconds now, but in Gotham, only Batman was at the end of the film, you know, so then he weren't throughout the whole film, so yeah. Well, series. But yeah, that it reminded me of that. Brave move, making everyone not be able to hear. So yeah, that was that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so that's brave. I found it interesting in trying to communicate without hearing. Maybe that's a disadvantage. Like his team had earplugs, so it wouldn't affect his the head teacher's gang, but it would affect everyone else and stop them communicating. But they still managed to work as a team, which was episode 9, episode 8's like suggestion. You know, work as a unit than not separately. You work better as a team, and we get to see that. The head teacher steals the little girl because she's very clever and being able to activate the bomb, and she has to threat. And he has the zombie teacher at basically gunpoint. So the little girl has to do what the head teacher says, or the teacher gets hurt. So yeah, there's that. And Josh has now got Sam. We finally got the reunion. Yes, they're talking. Sam realised that Josh basically did it with the exchange student. Awkward. But anyway, they get past that, and then they work as a team, and they've got an Avengers Assemble moment where they've all got a team. The zombies are with them as well, and it's the zombies versus the head teacher's gang, and it's like dun 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 dun. It's all like Endgame. It's like awesome. It's just all fights. It's lovely. And then we have the head teacher versus Josh and Sam fight, which is awesome. But peanut butter. Peanut butter allergies is the solution to this, and I thought it worked quite well, and it's unique and different. With obviously, it was actually stated quite a lot. Nut allergies are an issue, and you can easily skip that with your knowledge of the series, but it was very present throughout each couple of episodes. So yeah, that was that, and the head teacher is allergic, grows a hand out of him. Wow, he gets a third hand out of his belly. It's like John Hurt, the alien, going, ah. And Josh finally slices the hand off and basically kills the head teacher, and he's dead. Whoa. And then we've got the heroic ending, we need to stop the bomb attitude. And yeah, they do it. And the zombie teacher sacrifices herself to save everyone else. No, she don't. She's on the corner, and then everyone's like, what? How did you survive? We just did a heroic moment there, and she survived. Everyone's all happy days until that finale. That ending, I'm sorry. Sam Dean, at the end, just sitting on a throne like, what? I'm going to rule the apocalypse now. You guys are all going to obey me. You need a leader. And Josh and the others realise there's another fight on their hands. A threat that is arriving. Sam Dean has gone evil, gone rogue. And yes, Josh, I love that, because Josh was like, oh, I need to find Sam, I need to protect Sam. She does not need protecting. He loves her, but he doesn't know her. And that's the whole reason she was telling him all the time, you don't know me. You think you know me. And surprise, surprise, I've surprised you. This is the real me. I'm born to rule. I'm here to rule the apocalypse. And Sam Dean sits on her throne, ready for series 2. There's not going to be a series 2 because they got cancelled after one series. But yeah, I would very be interested in Sam Dean ruling and Josh's friends having to stop her, and the zombie teacher maybe growing into a monster just like the head teacher, finding out that situation and finding out how really the missiles to create the apocalypse actually happened were brilliant for series 2, but sadly we're never going to know. But honestly, I think this was a success. This series was brilliant. A phenomenal series. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Really enjoyed it, and it was a ride. It was a really good ride. I've honestly praised it. I can guess why some people may not get into it. It is a bit cringe, over the top, but overall it has been a blast, and I've enjoyed it so much. So Daybreak was amazing. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Daybreak, and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys for another TV show review and movie review, such as James Bond, Being Human, Merlin, Marvel, Sherlock, Luther, you name it, Doctor Who. We're going to be reviewing a lot of stuff on the channel, so you might as well subscribe, and I'll see you guys for another video very soon. Have a nice day.